As many of you are starting to figure out, I have been on this journey of interviewing friends and family and colleagues for an interesting purpose to create a little bit of a legacy and to support the memory of my friend Matthew Bellis, who was an educator, a great guy, just lovely to be around, was a light for most people in their lives. And as an educator, he would send off he was a school principal, he would send his students off every day with the following charge or challenge. Ask good questions, learn something new, and be kind. And I think that I've been starting to sort of collate or curate some conversations with some really smart and interesting people. And today we're talking to Orit Ramler, who is a fellow coach, and would love to get her perspective on some of this. And Orit, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about what you do and who you are?
Thank you, and I'm honored to do this. Thank you for the gift you're giving me by making me part of this. So, I'm an executive and leadership coach, an author. I am in Durham, North Carolina, originally from Israel, Argentina, citizen of the world, I call myself. And yeah, I spent my hours coaching and also helping people preserve their memories.
Excellent. And we'll talk about the book at the end and where people can find it and how they can use it.
Thank
So for for the first piece of this, which is, you and I are coaches, so this probably comes a little bit more naturally maybe to us than it does to the average person. But what is a good question that you have asked or a good question that somebody has asked you?
So, my favorite question ever is what other story can you tell yourself?
Mm,
And I ask that question many times a day. I ask that question to others as I coach. I ask that question to friends and family. And I ask myself that question every single day in different situations. What other story can you tell yourself? Because usually there are so many stories about one thing. And that helps us find perspective and possibilities in everything.
I love that. And sometimes the person we need to tell that story, we need to ask that question is the person we look at in the mirror, right? Because we don't tell ourselves the most generous version of whatever the story is.
Exactly. That's why I'm always asking myself, and I try to remind myself that there is another story about everything.
Yeah. There's always another story, and there's no always a different interpretation of the story.
Always. Yeah.
So, excellent. So the second piece is what is something new that you have learned or something that you still would like to learn?
Okay. So, like to learn, there are so many things, and I'm so grateful for that, right? That there is always something to learn. So, I will share what I've learned because this last year was a year of learning. It's when I published my book in my
Mhm.
second language, not having right I never wrote anything before more than small articles or blogs. So it was really expanding my comfort zone in every way possible. And I learned that we can do that, that we can find incredible things in our journey, and how my comfortable zone was uncomfortable actually, but it felt comfortable. And when I started doing things that were outside of that comfortable zone, it expanded, and I realized, okay, why I was stuck not doing things that actually, when I tried, I accomplished. So it was a whole year of learning while doing that.
That is, and I think we often don't take enough opportunity to think about it from that perspective, or to sometimes take a little bit of a step back and sort of assess where we are. And right, that idea about your comfort zone being uncomfortable, right? We, as I'm sure you find with some of your clients too, that they have become so accustomed to being uncomfortable, they don't know what it even means to be comfortable, or to take away some of the stress, or to take away some of the challenges they've got. They're so because they've become so accustomed to it that they just think it's normal.
Exactly. Yes. And to me, it was it, noticing it myself was eye-opening, and it helped me help others leave that comfortable, uncomfortable zone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I think that's a great reminder for all of us. So, and I think the last one, which I know uh, perhaps the most important part, which is the acting part, and being kind. And I will let you sort of think about it as expansively, or as you know compactly as you would like. How are you being kind, whether that is to yourself, to your community, to your friends, to your family, to your colleagues? How does that? How are you doing that in an active way?
So it's very important to me to think. I think about it many times because I want to make sure that what I feel or believe it's really kind for the other person. It's what they need. It's what they want, right? It's not about me, kindness. It's about them. So many times a- asking or being there with them, not necessarily for them, but
Mm,
with them, and asking what you need, and knowing that even if I want to do more, sometimes it's what I want, it's not what the other person needs. So becoming very aware of that. And at the same time, learning how to be kind to myself, I think that's harder than how to be kind with or for others,
yep.
what we do for ourselves, because many times we don't either think about that, or we believe, okay, we don't have time for that, or it's not the priority. So, one thing that I'm doing in a couple of weeks, I decide I'm taking off my birthday week and really taking off. Nothing. I will just want to be and flow with the time and breathe. And I realize that's really being kind with myself because that's what I want, that's what I need right now.
Yeah.
So giving me permission to understand what I need and want and pay attention to that. Either way, I'm trying to be kind to myself.
I think that is great, and I think that anybody who can figure out how to do that, take their birthday week off. You know my wife very well. Her birthday celebration starts the day after our kid's birthday, which is January 17th. Her birthday is February 13th. She takes her birthday very seriously. Her celebration starts on January 18th and extends until February 27th, because my birthday is the 28th. So she just takes the that full, whatever it is, 5 weeks, and figures that's her time to celebrate. So
Love
and be
that.
for herself. So that's I think that's a great message. Um, tell the folks who may be seeing this a little bit more about your book and where they can find it.
Thank you. So, my book is The Box of Life, a guide to living with purpose and preserving what matters most. It's my third baby. I have my two kids and the book. And it is about preserving what's most important to us, our memories, a lasting legacy. But while we're doing that, we learn how to live with purpose because legacies they are not about what we want to leave for tomorrow, but it is how we're living today. So
Mm.
the book is a journey to insights and reflection and understanding how we're living and how we're preserving what matters most.
And I
And
think that is a that that ties in perfectly with what we're trying to do here in terms of preserving a little bit of memory and legacy for Matthew. And so I want to thank you. I want to I appreciate you taking a little bit of time in the middle of your day to have a quick conversation about this. I think it's all good. It's all good reminders for people, and so I am very grateful for your time and willingness to indulge me a little bit.
And thank you for allowing me to learn about Matthew through you. That's a
Well,
big
yeah,
gift.
uh, you are very welcome. So thank you, and we will make sure that we are getting you connected. When this drops, we will make sure we are getting you connected so that anybody who wants a little bit more information about the book or where to find it or how to perhaps work with you,
Thanks.
they can seek you out.
Amazon.com. You can find the book.
Amazon.com. Perfect.
Okay,
The
thank
Box
you.
of Life.
Yes,
Perfect. Thank you.
thank you.